Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Postal, and today at the grill, I'm gonna be cooking up the most delicious sausage and pepper cheesesteak sandwich that's absolutely incredible. It's rich, it's savory, and it's packed full of flavor, and I know you're gonna love it for sure. And so just like always, I'm gonna put all the show notes as well as the full recipe in the description box below for you, so make sure to click down there to see everything that you need for this cook. Also, if you like what we're doing on this channel, consider subscribing for more great barbecue recipes, tutorials, and reviews. And other than that, let's get into the cook. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. Appreciate you being here. Today at the grill, like I said, I'm gonna be making some delicious sausage and pepper cheesesteak sandwiches, and they're absolutely phenomenal. You're gonna love them for sure, I know it. They don't take a lot of time to prepare or to make, and they're really a lot of fun to cook, because today I'm gonna be using the plancha on the Sloan Sear 22-inch kettle. And if you've never cooked on a plancha before, it's a lot of fun because there's still some variables that come into play versus just turning on the propane, flat top, and then just going to town with whatever you're cooking. You need to sort of use your brain a little bit and your skill set, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. And for ingredients today, I have some ground Italian sausage. I got some mild and some hot. I got some freshly baked this morning hoagie rolls from the grocery store, and then I have my peppers, onions, and then I'm using some Swiss cheese. Use whatever cheese you like. This is what I just wanted to use today, just because I think it's going to go really well. And then just to top it off at the very end, I got some of my favorite things, pepperoncinis, just like I said, just to top off the top. So to prepare this dish, you're going to start by slicing your peppers. I'm going to take a little bit of each one of these so I have some nice colors. And I'm just going to slice it fairly thin, about 1/4 inch thick. And like I said, we're going about 1/4 inch thick, and this is a great thickness for these because they're going to cook down a little bit, but you still want a little bit of body. So I'm going to place that into my bowl. I'm going to move on to the next pepper. Maybe go a little bit more of the green. Again, just slice that up. And then the last one is the orange pepper. And I'm only making 2 of these today, so just add in as many of the peppers and the onions as you need for however many people are gonna be feasting with you. And like I said, today I'm just cooking for myself, and so I don't need a lot of the vegetables. I'm gonna move on to my onion. Slice the end off. I'm gonna slice the onions a little bit thinner than the peppers. And this is a great dish for after work, because it doesn't take a lot of time. It's very budget friendly, and the flavors are gonna just pop. So your whole family is gonna really enjoy these cheesesteaks. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. All right, the only thing left to do to prepare this dish before setting up the plancha is to add a little bit of oil and some seasoning to our peppers and our onions. So I'm gonna add in just a little bit of olive oil to those, and then today I'm going to be seasoning it with my Mad Cow beef rub. This stuff goes incredibly well on really everything. It's going to really complement the sausage and the peppers and really the whole sandwich as a whole. So I'm going to place in a little bit of this. You don't have to go overboard because the sausage is already seasoned. Just going to give this a quick mix. There we go, that looks pretty good. One of the things that I absolutely love about this dish is the colors. They're super vibrant, and the flavors that are gonna come from the peppers and onions are really gonna enhance this sandwich really well. So with everything all prepared, I'm going to get the Sloan Sear as well as the plancha set up for cooking. To set up the Sloan Sear with the plancha today, I filled up a chimney basket about 3/4 of the way full, and I got those mostly lit, and then I poured them into the Kettle Grill just along the backside in sort of a horseshoe pattern so that I can make my different zones. Once my coals are all set up, I place the plancha into the grill and let it come up to temperature. All right, like I said, I did set up the grill for sort of a 3-zone. We have our hot zone, our mid zone, and our cool zone near the front. And the cool zone is more designed for when I want to just pull food off if it's done and I need to sort of pass a little bit of time, pull it to the front, and then it's not gonna overcook whatever it is I'm cooking. And you know, the fact that we did prepare everything in advance means that there's nothing that's gonna be waiting. It's all just gonna kind of go on as it needs to in its own timing. And so to get started with this, now that the plancha is all hot, I am going to add on a little bit of olive oil to the plancha just to cook with. And then I'm gonna grab all my vegetables. I'm just gonna place that right on top of that oil. Just listen to that sizzle. Now, just like any flat top griddle, I'm just gonna mix these around. I wanna get some good color on these onions and the peppers. And guys, right away, you can really smell all those flavors just fusing together. It smells absolutely delicious back here already. Just gonna keep mixing these around. You know, one great tip when you are cooking with a plancha or a griddle and doing vegetables like this that you want to get some nice color on is you want to keep it flat. So just take your tool and just, you know, sort of chop it down flat like this. And that way you get a little more surface on those vegetables and it's going to more cook on the griddle versus steam, which, you know, doesn't add as much flavor as so that Maillard reaction you get from the grill top itself. All right, these look pretty close to being done, so I'm just gonna take them and move them to the cool side. All right, next I'm gonna move on to my ground sausage. And you know, this is about a pound and a half, maybe just more. I don't need to use that much. So I'm just gonna cut maybe about 2/3 of this off and get that onto the grill. And then I am going to press this down. I'm gonna let it cook just like this, similar to like a smash burger, so we get some nice color on both sides before I chop it up into some larger ground sausage pieces, because I want it a little bit more chunky versus a little bit more fine ground pork, ground sausage. And so it's gonna take it just a couple minutes to get that nice color and that depth of flavor for the sausage. There we go, I'm gonna flip it. It only took about a minute or so, and you can see already there's that nice color that's forming. And this is, like I said, gonna add a lot of extra flavor to these cheesesteak sandwiches. Just gonna let it continue to cook for a little bit longer. All right, I'm gonna start just cutting it up. There we go. So once the ground sausage is mostly cooked, we're gonna mix together all the vegetables and just sort of line them up for preparation for our sandwiches. We got our cheese we need to add on there as well. And so let's get everything now mixed all together. All right, it's now time for that cheese. And like I said, I'm using some Swiss cheese today. But go ahead and use your favorite cheese. You don't have to use this one. Just gonna load this up because we want it to melt nicely. And so one of the nice things about cooking with a plancha is that you can close up this lid and let that cheese melt. It's probably only gonna take about 20 seconds or so. And so in the meantime, I'm gonna take my bun and I'm just gonna slice it in half. Oh, these buns feel so good. You know, they were just baked this morning. I talked to the baker themselves, and you know, they were still hot. They were fresh, and you know, they're gonna be so good for this dish. So those are cut. Let's take a look on that cheese. It's not quite ready, but again, it's almost ready. That's how fast this cook takes. And so that's, again, why I would suggest to prepare everything so that once it hits the griddle, you can just keep rolling and then it just streamlines everything. All right, let's check on that cheese. Guys, just look at that. You can see it's mostly melted. I'm gonna take my bun and I'm just gonna place it directly onto the flat top. I'm gonna get a little bit of color on these. All right, just take a look at that color. I'm gonna now place it directly on top of our cheesesteak. Again, nice color on there. Place it on there. You know, these are gonna be pretty big, so I switched to my bigger spatula. And the trick is you wanna scoop underneath and just flip it over so that you get all of that great feeling inside that sandwich. Guys, just take a look at that. This looks phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one off the grill and then we'll get ready for the taste test. All right, guys, it didn't take much time whatsoever to make these, and the smell back here is absolutely delicious. You know, it's big, it's bold. I can't wait for the taste test on this. I did go ahead, like I said, and add on some pepperoncinis to the top. This is add a little bit of extra flavor, a little bit extra spice to the spicy Italian sausage that's already in there. And guys, these look absolutely phenomenal. So I'm gonna grab this guy right here. Am I gonna cut it? No, let's go for a big bite and see how it is. Oh my goodness, just take a look at that. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. That is so good. This is everything that I love. You know, oftentimes when I go to buddy's house and they say, just bring some meat, I will often bring sausage because no one does. And, you know, I really love a good smoked sausage as well as all those peppers. And you know, there's huge flavor in this sandwich, from the ground sausage to the griddled peppers and onions. I'm telling you, this is one of those dishes that is so good. It's gonna become a staple in your house for sure. So make sure to give it a try because you're not gonna be disappointed. I gotta get back into this sandwich because who knows, I'm probably gonna finish this one and I might even get into that one. Oh my goodness. That's delicious. These sausage and pepper cheesesteak sandwiches are out of this world delicious. You're gonna love them for sure, so I hope you give them a try right away. Hey, if you wanna see more barbecue videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Also, special thank you to all my Patreons and channel members for supporting this channel every single week. So until next time, keep that fire lit and get cooking.